On today's video, we'll be taking a look at the VG-CO34 Switch Pro Controller by EasySMX. I do want to say that this controller was sent out to me by EasySMX, but that won't be changing any of my thoughts and review. At the bottom of the box, we have some contact information and a 20% off IQ code. Feel free to use it if you like to. When opening the box, you'll encounter a protective cardboard case to protect the controller in the shipping process. Inside of that, you'll find the controller, a charging cable, a thank you card, and the user manual. These instructions are in different languages, which is good. In the thank you card, they thank you for your purchase and they will also like to hear your thoughts on their products. And also, if you come across any problems, to contact them. The cable that is included with this controller is a USB Type A to USB Type C, and it's about 3 feet and 5 inches long. It's mainly for charging since it's not long enough to be a play and charge cable for most people. Last but not least, we have the controller. Visually, the design caught my attention, and with the backlit buttons in the right joystick, it makes it stand out big time, which you can dim down and make it brighter by holding ZL and ZR, the right joystick, and pressing down or up on the D-pad to adjust the brightness to your liking. Now, regarding the battery life of this controller, it has about an 8-hour playtime, and it takes about 2 to 3 hours to fully recharge, which is not bad at all. This controller works for both Nintendo's Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite, and it also works on PC. To pair this controller to your Switch is super easy and simple. You first have to go to controllers on the main menu, then change grip and orders, hold down the home button along with Y, then press L and R at the same time, and then press A when ready and the controller will be paired. Now, with this controller, you'll first have to wake the Nintendo to use it, unlike the Pro Controller that wakes the Nintendo by pressing the home button. The triggers do have a bit more travel than the actual Pro Controller by Nintendo, which is good for racing games, and I didn't really notice a big difference when playing shooting games. When it comes to grips, the joysticks have a pretty good grippy design for better control when playing. The back grips are not bad, but I would have preferred to see a little bit of rubber on them for more grip when playing long hours. This controller offers motion control and vibrating motors on the side grips, but it does not have a NFC chip, which means that you can't use amiibos with this controller, which is understandable for the price of this controller that is half of the cost of an actual Pro Controller by Nintendo. One thing that this controller has that the Pro Controller does not have is a turbo function. To use the turbo function, hold down on the right joystick, then press the capture button. Then the blue ring around the joystick will turn red, indicating that the turbo function is on. Now, for example, if I want turbo on ZR, I'm going to hold the capture button and press ZR. Now, every time I press ZR, it will act with turbo, meaning that the controller will double press when pressing the button. When you have turbo enabled, you can choose any button you like, as long as the game allows it to. In my opinion, this feature is mainly for shooting games or fighting games. I will say that the turbo function is a cool feature, but it kinda takes one away. Since the capture button is the turbo button, when turbo mode is on, you cannot capture with the same button. You first have to turn off turbo by holding down the right joystick and pressing down on the capture button, and then you can capture. I personally would have loved to see an actual turbo button instead of using the capture button and not being able to capture, but that's just my personal opinion. The turbo function works on both PC and Nintendo. The selling price of this controller on Amazon is $38.99 and $32.99 on the EasySMX website. I will say that this controller has its pros and cons, but hands down, it's a great controller for its price. I would love to see in the future a designated turbo button so that you can still capture with the press of a button, and a bit of rubber on the side grips because me personally, I have sweaty hands when playing for long hours, and I know there's a lot of gamers that do too. But overall, the looks and design of the controller is outstanding for the price. So that was it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it or was helpful in any way, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.